Candace Cameron Bure, known to Gen Xers as DJ Tanner, filmed her first Hallmark film 14 years ago. She's a self-proclaimed queen of Christmas. While I disagree she's the queen, you can't deny her popularity with the Hallmark base. The big news is a few months ago, Candace left Hallmark for that other channel. Since we won't be seeing any new Candace Cameron Bure Christmas films on Hallmark in the near future, let's rank all 10 Christmas films from worst to the best. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched these films, she falls in love 11 times. But there are only 10 films. We'll get to that. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel and help me make more videos. Now let's take a look and rank the Candace Cameron Bure Hallmark Christmas films from the worst to the best. Number 10. If I Only Had Christmas. Candace plays Darcy, a Kansas publicist who takes a job at Emerald Educational Trust, a company based in Connecticut. Her first assignment is to help the company's vice president Glenn and his team search for the perfect charity to support this holiday season. As they work together, Darcy and Glenn fall in love. This movie was promoted with nods to The Wizard of Oz. The film's not a direct retelling of the 1939 classic film, but does contain numerous references to it. A few examples. Candace's character is Darcy Gale from Kansas City. She has a dog named Bobo. Why not Toto? I don't know. She travels to the magical world of Connecticut to work with the Emerald Educational Trust. Her team has comparisons to the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, Lion, and even Glinda the Good Witch. Sadly, all the film has in common with The Wizard of Oz are the name and the dialogue references. I like the Wizard of Oz idea, but the execution falls short of what it could have been. And the film's story is uninteresting. It relies on the planning the event trope and would have benefited to be closer to Dorothy's trip to the Land of Oz. Number 9. A Christmas Detour. Paige is desperate to catch a flight home to meet her fiancé's parents before her forthcoming wedding. However, she's stuck in Buffalo Airport because of the weather. She meets up with Dylan, played by Paul Green, who's also stuck, and they rent a car to travel with Paige and a married couple she befriends, Frank and Maxine. I enjoyed the road trip story, A Christmas Detour, and I like the uniqueness that it broke the traditional Hallmark norms for an early Hallmark film. I also like that Paul Green, who plays against his regular positive character. His character Dylan feels hopeless, and his fiancée left him for his brother. I also really enjoy the characters of Frank and Maxine. The married couple find each other again after being in a marriage funk. So you may be asking, if I liked all these things, why am I ranking this film so low? I hate the character of Paige. She is the most obnoxious, self-absorbed, entitled character I've seen in over the 300 plus Hallmark Christmas films that I've seen. I was actually rooting that she would be stuck with her fiancé and her awful parents. I don't know if it is the writing or the way Candace portrayed the character, but I can't give a positive review where I despise the main character. Number 8. Christmastown. Lauren is hired as a new teacher, starting a new chapter in her life, leaving her life and boyfriend behind. The train has an unforeseen detour, stopping in the town of Grandin Falls. There she discovers the magic of the town along with a single handyman Travis and his foster son. I really wanted to like Christmastown, but the film had a hard time deciding what was the overall storyline. We got the angel ornament that her dad got years ago when he visited Grandin Falls, and the discovery that it was created in the town, and she finds the other wing that goes with it. We get the love story that doesn't really resolve until the last 15 minutes after she breaks up with her boyfriend. And finally, the adoption story that ultimately keeps her in Grandin Falls. All three stories make it difficult to find a consistent storyline, and I think it hurts the film. This isn't the first time that we've seen a small town full of Christmas magic that changes our main protagonist's life. I'm willing to forgive reality in most cases, but her quickly adopting a child that she just meets is not anywhere near the reality of how adoption happens. I also find it irresponsible that she gives up the teaching job that led her to Grandin Falls. That school was depending on her. Number 7. The Christmas Contest. The Christmas Contest features Candace playing Laura, who competes against her ex Ben in a Christmas contest to win money for the charity of their choosing. I covered this film in the 2021 rankings, and after another viewing, I enjoyed it the second time in comparison to her other films. It's still on the lower end of my list. And I love the premise of the film. What better way to make your characters do Christmas activities than by making it a contest? The problem is that the production felt cheap, and the final challenge of decorating the tree was just not clever. Candace's Fuller House co-star, John Brethren, has the most chemistry with her of all the men in her films, and he also brings some much-needed humor that saved this movie from becoming a total train wreck. Number 6. A Shoe Addict's Christmas. Noelle, a shoe addict, gets locked in the department store where she works. There she meets Charlie, her guardian angel, who shows her how her life will change with the fireman she just recently met. I covered Shoe Addict's Christmas in a trope count, and I gave my thoughts about this movie. In the review, I point out that the movie had too many plot points that aren't necessary to the story. The secret of the woman in the photograph, her and her dad's relationship, and the inclusion of Jake's brother slow the film down. Shoes are used as a time travel device, but we really don't see her as a shoe addict. She likes them, but that doesn't really fit with the title of the film. Jean Smart is the reason you should watch this film. Her performance as Charlie is fun, and we just don't get enough of her. Number 5. Switched for Christmas. Candace plays dual roles as Kate and Chris, identical twin sisters who decide to swap lives for the holidays. Both women are unhappy and frustrated with their own lives and believes the other life is better and realizes that they were wrong, but not before they fall in love. Twins switching places is not an original idea. It's certainly been done with films such as The Parent Trap, but I remember being intrigued by the premise as a Christmas movie. I will have to say that this one was done pretty well because of one scene. The character Chris is a mom of 2 kids. Before I could complain about how impossible it would be to fool the kids, we get the admission that they were told. And I'm so glad that that was in the film, and they didn't attempt to try to fool these kids. If I had one complaint, it would be that Candace doesn't have a lot of chemistry with herself. Both sisters feel the same, and it becomes confusing which one is which, and even with the different hairstyles. In the end, they both fall in love, and they have to come clean about which twin they are. Number 4. Moonlight and Mistletoe. Candace plays Holly Crosby, the daughter of Nick Crosby, played by Tom Arnold, the owner of Santaville, a Christmas-themed amusement park. When Nick gets hurt, Holly runs home to help her dad, only to realize that Santaville is endangering of closing. Made in 2008, the film was one of the first Hallmark movies and introduces the tropes of the city girl, returns home, falls back in love with the life she ran away from, and in love with the guy she met when they were teenagers while she saves the family business. I love Tom Arnold, and I love how seriously he plays the role of Nick Crosby. He believes in Christmas magic and must remind his daughter that she believes in it too. Moonlight and Mistletoe was Candace's first Hallmark film and set the tone for future Hallmark films. It's a very silly Christmas story, but I love it. Number 3. Christmas Under Wraps. Candace plays Lauren, who takes a position as a doctor in a remote Alaska town when she doesn't get the job she wanted. Not only does she learn that Alaska is cold, but also discovers the town hides a big holiday secret. Christmas Under Wraps is a hard movie to like in the beginning. Candace's character is unlikable and a bit snobbish to the Alaskan town residents. She doesn't want to be there, and it makes it known that she would leave in a second if she had a better offer. When she does get that better job offer, the town and her new love interest Andy has transformed her into a new person. She begins to care for the town and learns the secret that Santa's factory is located there. She listens to her heart and stays. Number 2. Let It Snow. Ted Beck, played by Alan Thicke, is the executive who sends his daughter Stephanie to survey the newly purchased Snow Valley Resort. There she meets Brady and discovers her lost Christmas spirit. Stephanie and Brady don't care for each other in the beginning, but they do have one thing in common. They both hate Christmas. Stephanie and her father do not celebrate Christmas after her mother passed away. Brady has spent his entire life making the season special for their guests that he never took the time to enjoy it for himself. Just like Christmas Under Wraps, Candace's character is unlikable in the beginning of this film. It's not her fault because her father clearly influenced the way she looked at family and Christmas. Both her and Brady grow to love the holiday, and we share the enthusiasm when she discovers the magic of the holiday. And the best Candace Cameron Bure Hallmark film is Journey Back to Christmas. Hannah, a World War II era nurse, is transported 70 years into the future by the arrival of a comet. Arriving in modern times, Hannah searches for a way to travel back to the past to the man she loves. Journey Back to Christmas is the kind of film Candace should have always been making for Hallmark. The character of Hannah is Candace's most likable character in all 10 films, and of all the Candace Cameron Bure films, this is the one I rewatched the most. Journey Back to Christmas is not a traditional Hallmark film, and that is why it works so well. Hannah's already in love with her husband. She doesn't travel into the future to find love, she fights to return to the past to be with it. A fair comparison to Journey Back to Christmas is A Timeless Christmas from 2021. It's a similar story with a character traveling into the future. Where that film ultimately fails is the love story is with two characters in different times. It feels forced. Journey Back to Christmas doesn't. With her character already in love with her husband, they can focus on her determination to be back with the man she loves. This is not a perfect film. People believe her story that she traveled through time, and some of the experiences with new technology are just a bit goofy, but are easily forgiven. There's the love story of Jake and Sarah, but the film focuses on Hannah, and that's what makes this film work. So that is my ranking of Candace Cameron Bure Hallmark Christmas films. Do you agree with me, or do you think I made the wrong choices? Let me know in the comments below. With Candace moving to GAC, we have seen the last new CCB films on Hallmark. Revisiting these films, I can safely say that the top 5 are worth watching. I know this opinion may be controversial, but after all, this is just my thoughts. If you enjoy her work, then I encourage you to rewatch them over and over again. I'm the Christmas aficionado, and remember to stay off the naughty list.